Patricia Routledge, Hyacinth Bucket. Patricia Routledge made the world laugh as Hyacinth Bucket, the woman who insisted her name was pronounced Bouquet. With perfect posture and endless pride, Hyacinth chased status, fine china, and social approval, often to hilarious disaster. But Patricia's talent goes far beyond comedy. Before keeping up appearances, she won awards in theater and drama, including a Tony nomination. She's also an incredible singer with classical training. After retiring from TV, she returned to stage work and was honored as Dame Patricia Routledge. From a snobby housewife to a true acting queen, she turned pretension into perfection. Clive Swift, Richard Bucket. Clive Swift was the calm in Hyacinth Storm, playing Richard Bucket, the long-suffering husband always one step behind and one cup of tea away from peace. Whether driving Hyacinth around or quietly panicking at her plans, Richard made everyone smile. But Clive was more than Richard. A Shakespearean actor and poet, he spent years on the stage. He also had a love for music and even hosted poetry shows. He passed away in 2019, but his gentle humor and quiet brilliance still live on through every rerun. Clive Swift gave us the patient husband we'll always admire. Judy Cornwell, Daisy. Judy Cornwell played Daisy, the relaxed, daydreaming sister who was the opposite of Hyacinth. With her messy hair, housecoat, and soft voice, Daisy brought warmth and sweetness to every episode. She loved romance novels and dreamed more while putting up with her husband Onslow. Outside the show, Judy had a successful career in TV, film, and stage, and she even wrote a memoir and children's books. Her career began in the 1960s and still continues quietly. From sitcom sister to multi-talented artist, Judy Cornwell always kept it real. Geoffrey Hughes, Onslow. Geoffrey Hughes gave us the unforgettable Onslow, the football-loving, vest-wearing, car-sleeping brother-in-law who had zero interest in Hyacinth's fancy world. He was loud, lazy, and totally lovable. Geoffrey had a long career in British TV, from Coronation Street to the royal family. He also voiced characters in children's cartoons and was known for his humor and kindness off-screen. Sadly, he passed in 2012, but Onslow remains a fan favorite. He made laziness legendary, and we're still laughing. Josephine Tewson, Elizabeth. Josephine Tewson played Elizabeth, the kind neighbor who could never hold a teacup around Hyacinth without spilling it. Shy, soft-spoken, and full of quiet panic, she was comedy gold with just a glance. She worked with British comedy legends like Ronnie Barker and appeared in Last of the Summer Wine. A private person in real life, Josephine preferred the stage and kept performing well into her 80s. She passed away in 2022, leaving behind a legacy of gentle laughs and timeless talent. Her nervous energy made her unforgettable. David Griffin, Emmett. David Griffin brought us Emmett, the poor neighbor who dreaded hearing Hyacinth sing. A music lover and gentle soul, Emmett's horrified reactions became a running joke in the series. David had earlier fame in Are You Being Served? And other classic British shows. After keeping up appearances, he focused on stage work and touring productions, showing his love for live acting. Quiet, expressive, and full of charm, David Griffin made silence hilarious. Shirley Stelfox, Rose original. Shirley Stelfox first played Rose, Hyacinth's flirty sister, with a passion for men, makeup, and bold outfits. She added spark and sass in just a few episodes, making a huge impact as the wild child of the family. After leaving the show, she continued a strong acting career, most notably playing Edna Birch in Emmerdale for over a decade. She passed in 2015 after a long battle with cancer. From scene stealer to soap opera staple, Shirley Stelfox always lit up the screen. Mary Millar, Rose, second actress. Mary Millar stepped in as Rose, the glamorous, flirtatious sister with a love for romance and dramatic entrances. With her bright dresses and playful charm, she added spice and sparkle to Hyacinth's carefully managed world. Mary had a rich theater background, starring in The Phantom of the Opera and many musicals. Her voice and presence lit up both stage and screen. Sadly, she passed away in 1998, but her version of Rose remains unforgettable. Bold, beautiful, and full of life, Mary Millar gave Rose her glow. Anna Dawson, Violet. Anna Dawson played Violet, Hyacinth's rich sister with a Mercedes, sauna, and room for a pony. Though Violet rarely appeared, her off-screen life was a running joke in the show, thanks to her chaotic marriage. Anna had a long stage and TV career, including musical comedy and variety shows. Her calm yet elegant delivery added just the right touch to the role. From variety star to sitcom sister, Anna Dawson brought elegance and quiet chaos. Jeremy Gittins, the vicar. Jeremy Gittins was the ever-smiling, slightly overwhelmed vicar in Keeping Up Appearances. With his polite charm and awkward escapes from Hyacinth, he became a fan favorite in the parish. Before and after the show, Jeremy appeared in Doctor Who, Terry and June, and other British comedies. He's also performed on stage and still acts occasionally. From stressed-out vicar to steady career actor, Jeremy Gittins gave Grace Under Pressure a new face. Marion Barron, the vicar's wife. Marion Barron played the vicar's wife, a sweet, soft-spoken woman who politely endured Hyacinth's visits and tea parties. Though quieter, her expressions said it all. After Keeping Up Appearances, Marion continued acting, mostly on stage and in short TV appearances. She stayed mostly out of the spotlight in recent years. With just a smile and a side glance, Marion Barron added warmth and humor that fans still remember. Peter Cellier, the Major. Peter Cellier was the Major, Hyacinth's neighbor with a military past and a love for brandy. Always dressed smartly and slightly confused, the Major added a touch of classic British eccentricity. Peter had a long career, from Yes Minister to Shakespearean roles, and is still respected in acting circles. His rich voice and sharp delivery made him stand out in every scene. From formal speeches to funny scowls, Peter Cellier made the Major memorable. George Webb, Daddy. George Webb played Daddy, the mostly silent but often mischievous father of Hyacinth. With a faraway look and a knack for escaping the house, Daddy was a running mystery throughout the series. George had a long acting life, mostly in British theatre, before becoming part of TV comedy history. He passed away in 1998, remembered fondly for this unique role. Few lines, big laughs. George Webb turned quiet into comedy. Sarah Whitlock, various roles. Sarah Whitlock appeared in multiple background roles on Keeping Up Appearances, including neighbors and party guests. Though her screen time was brief, she helped bring Hyacinth's world to life with subtle expressions and spot-on reactions. Outside the show, Sarah was a dependable character actress in British television, appearing in dramas and comedies throughout the 80s and 90s. She may not have had center stage, but Sarah Whitlock played her part with heart and added color to every scene she was in. David Janson, postman later seasons. David Janson took over the role of the nervous postman in the final seasons of Keeping Up Appearances. With panic deliveries and desperate escapes from Hyacinth, he carried on the comedy tradition started by Mark Powley. Before that, David had a big TV career, starting as a child actor in The Beatles' Help, and later appearing in shows like Allo Allo, and the fall and rise of Reginald Perrin. From mailbags to classic comedy, David Janson delivered the laughs every time. Stuart Fell, stunt performer and bit parts. Stuart Fell appeared in several scenes in Keeping Up Appearances, often doing quick physical comedy or background stunts. Though you may not recognize his face, his work added energy and movement to the show's funniest moments. He's actually one of Britain's most experienced stuntmen, with credits in Doctor Who, Blackadder, and The Avengers. Skilled in acrobatics and swordplay, he worked behind the scenes for decades. Stuart Fell proved that even brief roles, when done with skill, can leave a lasting impression. Charmian May, Counselor Nugent. Charmian May played the very proper and snobby Counselor Nugent, one of Hyacinth's prize guests. With her posh voice and quiet disdain, she gave Hyacinth the elite approval she always craved. Off-screen, Charmian was a respected actress who often played upper-class ladies in TV and film, including roles in Bridget Jones's Diary and The Good Life. She passed away in 2002. Elegant and sharp, Charmian May brought style, wit, and class to every scene. Elizabeth Bennett, Violet's maid. Elizabeth Bennett made a memorable appearance as Violet's maid, a background character with quiet dignity and subtle reactions to Hyacinth's over-the-top personality. Though her screen time was short, her presence helped flesh out Violet's upper-class world. Beyond keeping up appearances, Elizabeth had a rich career on stage and screen, including roles in The Sandbaggers and The Duchess of Duke Street. She often played refined, reserved women with poise and wit. Even in silence, Elizabeth Bennett delivered class. A perfect match for Hyacinth's imagined social circle. Jonathan Rice, Vicar's boss. Jonathan Rice played the bishop, the vicar's superior, who sometimes found himself in the crosshairs of Hyacinth's relentless charm. Though his scenes were brief, his bemused expressions and formal tone always added a new layer of comedy. Rice was known for steady character work in British film and television throughout the 70s and 80s, often portraying authority figures or clerics. As the flustered bishop, Jonathan Rice reminded us that even the clergy aren't safe from Hyacinth's invitations. John Evitts, the second daddy. John Evitts briefly took over the role of daddy in later episodes when George Webb became unavailable. Though most of his scenes were nonverbal, his ability to stay in character and deliver physical comedy without lines was impressive. Outside the show, John worked as a character actor and was also a long-time stage performer. While his role in keeping up appearances was small, his contribution helped keep the beloved character going. John Evitts stepped in silently and helped the laughter continue.